Hello, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day. And I hope you guys enjoy the podcast. But I want to put a little disclaimer and say that this podcast was recorded over 2 months ago. It's actually recorded on April 13th. The day of actually uploading it is going to be June 20th. So I just want to put a little disclaimer that if we talk about stuff in the podcast that has either already happened, already has passed, um, it we recorded this 2 months ago. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the podcast. And yeah, later. Hello everyone. Welcome to the First After Dark podcast, episode 6. This is the FRC Me Man speaking. And today is the third team exclusive podcast, and we have team 4541. There are a few members here today, three of them. And the first member is Angela. Say hello, Angela.
Hello. Do you have to say who I am?
Yeah.
I am business captain on Team 4541, and I've been on the team. This is my third year.
All right. The second person we have here today is Hope.
Hello. So I'm Hope. I've been on the team all 4 years. I'm a senior, and this year I was chief engineer.
All right. And the last person we have is Kate.
Hey guys, my name's Kate. I'm the safety captain on the team, or I was. I joined my junior year, so I've been on it for 2 years. I'm senior now. So, yeah.
Senior gang.
Senior gang.
Can't relate.
Suffer.
You're a little baby junior.
She's also really short, so it's funny.
Well, they don't
You're
know
also
that.
short.
Dude, I was talking to someone. Someone messaged me, and I was talking to them. Apparently, they are almost 18 years old, and they are only 4'11" and a half.
Mm.
Oh my
And-
god, they're like gremlin.
They are. They are.
Gremlin.
I feel tall at my 5'1" over here.
5'5" kings.
6'2"
2.5.
gang. 6'2"
Shut
gang.
up.
All right. Well, anyway, um, I'm aware you guys have something to say about your interesting chairman's thing.
Angela, do you want to take
That
that
happened?
away?
Sure thing. Business.
So explain the
Well, I was-
situation.
Right. I was historian last year, so I had the camera. So obviously, I had a lot to do with the video, since we don't have a lot going on. We're not that strong in like video stuff, so we're trying to improve that. But always improving is a good thing. So what happened with the video was that at our first event, we did not win chairman's because I think the main reason is the fact that our robot was not working. But we can talk about that later.
Broke.
Yeah, it was like bad. We had to like not show up to some matches, so
38
very
out of
stressful.
38 gang.
Yeah, we were bottom of the ranks. So we realized that when 1111 won Chairman's then, which is a great team, they had a great video, and their concept, their script sounded like very similar to ours, which I don't think had anything to do with like anything shady. It's just like a really bad coincidence. So we had an email from our coach to everyone on business that week that said, guys, we need to change the video in a week before our next competition. And so we scrapped together something. We brainstormed most of the week, and then we filmed everything like it was like really bad stop motion in one night. And then it was edited all within 24 hours right before that weekend.
Quality.
And so, yeah, and we had a freshman editing because he was learning, but he did the best he could. And so we showed up that weekend. We were very grateful and surprised that we won. And
Can I please tell this part?
Congratulations, by the way.
thank you.
We were
It was our
also
first
finalists
time.
Yeah, that was our first time ever. And so we were so excited. We all got down on the field, and definitely a couple of us were crying. I know I was.
I was.
On the field crying. And they go to play the video, and we're like, this is slower than normal. So ours, how long? It was about like 2-3 minutes, I think. That normal video was.
That's like
but
the
audio was messed up, so it was like 6 minutes long. And but really, the piece on top of the cake is when it. Oh my god, is when it got to the end. It was like 4, 5, 4, 1 is. And everybody thought we did it on purpose. So we got like relentlessly memed. We're still being memed like now.
I've heard recommendations from you that we like that you heard from other people that we should like purposefully slow down parts of our video. And I'm sorry, but we definitely don't have the time to do it in the
Like
video.
a mentor did.
Yeah. We brought it up with Tristan. He's the one who edits it, and he was like, I don't think we can do
It's
this.
like, I feel like this is a bad idea.
I don't think the coaches wouldn't say yes.
Yeah, no, last year was. Wow, that was emotional whiplash.
We can talk about the robot. That's a good segue.
Oh my god. G off.
It's a very interesting design, I have to say.
I can talk about the design.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Huh?
All right. So, Geo. Okay.
Do you want me to get a CAD model or a photo?
If you can. So,
I mean, I most likely won't be putting it in the video, but for
I know,
reference for me.
reference.
all right. So, flashback to 2018, right? So we in Power Up, we won our field in Archimedes, like at Worlds, and we were very happy with that season. Like that was very successful for us as a team, and so we may have gotten a little bit cocky last year. And by that I mean the phrase "keep it simple, stupid," like KISS.
Yeah,
It's the phrase that our mentors always throw out at us.
You didn't do that.
That was
The seniors we had wanted very, very abstract and like not simple at all. And now they were like well designed pieces and everything. Like I'm not shading the designs. It was just we did not have the experience I think yet needed to really like build.
It was the timing that was off.
And we didn't have enough time really. I mean, back when that was with bag and tag, so time was a lot more.
You still had that
Right.
6 week.
Mhm. And so we had a grabber that flips through our elevator. Now that's ended up giving most of our problems with like the grabber getting stuck on the line of the elevator. But so, yeah, our entire first competition, we had done all of the wiring and code testing the night before bag and tag.
Oh,
Well,
Jesus.
Which anyone listening knows that is very not good. So our first competition was basically testing for controls. And I mean, it showed we were last place. But I mean,
What week comp was it?
it was
3.
3, I would guess.
yeah. So we had like a little bit of testing before, but not as much as one would need as if you have a grabber flipping through your elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we ended up after testing performing pretty well. We were finalists in our second week district competition, and then we actually won our district competition. So then we went to Worlds.
Oh, our district competition, district champs, beautiful.
Yeah,
Loved it. I was
District champs was
terrified.
very good.
Oh my god, why can't I not? Geoff was Geoff.
Geoff was Geoff.
Yeah. And it was a lot of CNC, like very specific and
He was sexy
like
though.
parts. It like ended up looking really good. But I think the timing,
Sexy.
like I think this like doom came upon me during build season when I overheard the phrase, "We can put off testing."
Bro,
Yeah.
that's kind of what my team did this year. We went through several
I found the
design
Geoff
changes.
card. Yeah. We have the phrase redesign time. Our coaches don't
It's
like
redesign time.
Wait a minute, can
13
we talk
match
about
gap
how,
be like
can we talk about how Geoff couldn't turn left?
Oh
It's
my
like
God.
what's that movie with
Zoolander.
Zoolander, yeah.
Zoolander,
Couldn't
like
turn
how the
left.
guy couldn't turn left. Our robot, like when the elevator was, is it like when the elevator was extended, right? It couldn't turn
Okay,
left.
well, so there's a reason for this. So
Okay.
the motor was actually
We did it on purpose.
This is a
Okay,
very
well, no,
interesting
no, no,
design, by the
there's a-
way.
it was not like intentional, but there's reasons. So the motor and where the line is drawn in for the elevator was on the right side, and
Mhm.
so then when we turn left, like kind of just the I don't know, the like swaying of the line then would get caught a little bit in the pulley. It was really finicky.
Very good stuff. It's good stuff.
But overall, it looked pretty cool when it actually worked.
Yeah,
Like
and
when it started
did
working.
it did work really well.
When
Mhm.
it did work. I mean, it won us a competition, so
Yeah,
yeah.
like when it didn't work was like the first week.
yeah. I also I can't find any photos of GL.
Nice.
I looked at GF.
I mean, I'm looking at the trading.
I mean, you can
cards.
find it on our website.
Yeah,
We have
our
it on
trading
website.
cards are so we have like a bunch of random handouts. And one of them are like our trading cards, and they're always so mean. I love them though.
Yeah,
And
I
they
remember.
made them
More about the
playable.
trading cards?
Yeah, I remember you
What
sent
was
me a
it?
photo of your Dean Kamen
Oh,
trading
yeah, the
card
Dean Kamen trading
signed
card.
by Dean Kamen.
Oh yeah, I
Right.
got my Dean Kamen one signed by Dean Kamen. I think I also in Power Up I had the chance of actually meeting Woody on the field at Worlds.
Weird flex.
Really?
And we showed him our Woody Flowers trading card. He didn't sign it, but he appreciated it.
Yeah.
I miss him.
I think we're all three of us lucky enough to meet him
Nope.
this year. Oh, you didn't?
No, I only met Dean.
Oh.
I've
Last
never
year,
met
I
Dean
remember.
either.
Oh my god, I have a fun Dean story. I remember it was at Worlds this past season, Deep Space, and I was like just sitting somewhere in the arena, like between matches or something. I don't know. And I saw this entourage, like just giant group of people, and he looked like the coolest man on earth. And he was like
He
walking
is.
in his entourage, and there's this guy walking backwards with a camera on his face, and I was like frozen. That
He
was
is
just
the
Dean
coolest
Kamen.
He is the coolest person.
He literally
Hello,
is.
Joseph.
Oh my god. Dean.
He has this air about him.
He's got good air. You just know when someone's got good air.
When you breathe it.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Hold
you
up.
know? When someone's got good air.
Dean Kamen, in fact, has good air.
Yep.
You heard it here, folks.
Oh.
I
What-
think it's
what
to, like
other trading
legitimately meet him
cards?
later, though.
What other
So,
trading cards does your team have?
We normally like switch out ones like each year.
12 or
Where-
15 or 10.
Yeah,
I
I
forget.
think.
But we finished them right before we were supposed to compete.
Mm-hmm. And then I
Mm.
had hand painted safety glass.
That was a
glass.
really cool handout that we were gonna do this year. That was
Yeah,
all Caitlin.
If people collected all the the trading cards, they were gonna get a pair of hand painted safety glasses.
I'm so
Yeah.
sad that we can't do that this year.
It's fine.
And we had a really cool button this year too. I was pretty proud of it.
Yeah,
One of our artists
yeah,
did
the
the
seed button.
I have a button.
yeah.
I planted it.
What was
I
on the
planted
button?
mine too. So they're
it's made-
biodegradable and they have wildflower seeds in them. And one of our graphics guys,
I have a photo.
Patrick, he actually designed the entire it's woody flowers. I think a photo would really help, but
I got it.
it's woody and it says bloom where you're planted, and that was gonna be like our hashtag, like bloom first or something.
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
bloom first.
And we posted about it on our Instagram, and then unfortunately we could not compete like
on
everyone
that-
else. We couldn't
On
compete
that
with it.
Wednesday, on that Wednesday we had a meeting and we had gotten the to see the buttons for the first time. So we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna talk about it. And then right after, our mentor called us for a meeting, and this was for our competition that weekend.
It was our first one too.
Yeah,
like our first legitimate one.
Well, yeah, our first in district competition. We were in North Carolina like last week or the week before.
Yeah.
But our we were called in. We were like, say, like someone was being tested for corona at our school, so it was getting shut down.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, I remember you telling me this.
Yeah, and it's kind of like tough when you're like when you hear that the competition is still going on, and you're gonna have to watch it from home. And like people were asking me for buttons and stuff, and I wasn't able to tell them yet. And I was like, "Oh God, this is the worst."
Yeah.
That was like the most I've ever cried.
I think. Oh yeah, I had a.
Oh yeah, you broke
We
your
have our
screen.
interesting things, and we had this one joke running from when we were writing chairmans about like we were just asking people like, how long has it been since you cried? And so, healthy stuff. And
Exactly 2 hours for me. So what?
It was so funny when people would be like, what counts as crying? But mine had been like a solid streak since the beginning of June, so it was like 200 something, and that was the very day I broke it, and everyone was like, no. And then I woke up the next day because we didn't have school. It was like Thursday, and then everything was being canceled, and I just went back to sleep because I couldn't deal with it.
Honestly, that's how it went.
That's just how it be.
In one of the earlier episodes, it was like we were talking about it, and we referred to it like almost as if like, where were you when JFK was shot? Like it's something that you're gonna always remember where you were, what you were doing,
right?
When you found out that the season was canceled. And when I found out, it was at it was in my robotics lab. So in my robotics lab, we share it shares the space with some engineering classes. And when I found the news, I was like literally 5 feet away from the pit, from my team's pit. And so I literally I saw it. I just dropped my phone. I went over to my robot, and then I proceeded to want to like just destroy it immediately. Yeah, I did not like the robot. I was for like the first like minute, I was a little happy. I was like, oh damn, we don't have to like embarrass ourselves now with this terrible freaking robot. But then I was like, but now I can't do anything else that robotics offers. So I'm just like, well, rip.
It's such whiplash, like going from preparing to go fully like head on into your entire life being the competition to like absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, media is still working on some stuff, but you have to work on that from home. It's not the same.
I see. Yeah, I see people like First Updates Now. Shout out to them if they're listening. Hit me up. I would love to do a podcast with y'all. Low key, like I want to like strive to be like them. Like just to be to the point where I'm able to literally interview teams at competitions and whatnot. But anyway, that's besides the point.
You're gonna be in college. Can't do robotics in college.
It'll be fine.
I'll
drop out. I'll drop out.
No.
But anyway, First Updates Now
does not endorse people dropping out.
You can get a job like at first once you graduate. That would be cool.
Job.
Yeah, I met an alumni on a plane back home from Worlds who actually like helped engineer the field. We were just waiting for our plane. It was really cool.
Imagine having a job.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I helped design the app.
I spent all day on it.
Imagine meeting the man who helped invent the Habs.
Ew.
You know, did you guys know that they plan these games like 3 years in advance?
Uh-huh.
So they have like 2023's game completely already like figured out.
Oh my
Wasn't
God,
next year supposed to be like sports themed?
It looks weird.
According to the teaser that they dropped for no reason whatsoever in the middle of goddamn January or whatever the hell.
I think I think it got leaked.
No, it did not get leaked. It was off of first. They would have taken it down if it got leaked.
I thought it was like I thought it got
leaked.
leaked.
It seems like shady enough to be leaked.
Okay, why would they do a sports theme? It's robotics.
Maybe because of the Olympics?
It depends on how they execute it, but
I don't think it'll be really sports related. I think it'll just be like
Like
I don't
maybe
know,
a design.
like how this year it's supposed to be Star Wars related. What the hell did this game have anything to do with
That's
Star
true.
Wars?
Well, that's the thing. We had a
We got
long
a
talk about
pouch.
this with branding because it was definitely like supposed to be like infinite recharge and energy and sustainability. That was because when we did we entered entries for the safety animation and another animation award, the animation award. And both of the prompts were like sustainability or do whatever you want with the word recharge. And all of the winning entries had like kind of did not like they're all really good and they're all awesome, but they all went
Yeah.
the Star Wars route.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling it's just because they had that idea already set, and then like Star Wars wanted to fund them, but they didn't want to throw away, so they had to incorporate those two things together. And then it just ended up being like two different directions you could go with branding, which is really interesting.
I definitely saw a lot of more teams go with the Star Wars. One,
Yeah,
because
and
it
we
is
wanted to
way
go with the Star Wars
easier.
too.
It is way
Oh, yeah.
easier to do it
Oh,
with
yeah.
Star Wars, and plus,
We
like
wanted
we're
to
all
go the Star
nerds.
Wars route. We wanted to go Star Wars too because it would be more popular, but we'd always go back to like, okay, but what's the theme? And the theme
Yeah.
is recharge, but then that's so confusing.
Yeah.
Infinitely.
That's
Infinite.
what it feels like.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Infinite build season.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
I personally would much rather if they just like redid the theme for next year, and that's only because I really was looking forward to like a Star Wars Worlds.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Oh,
That would have been
dude,
so nice.
dude, world. I think even next year, like the Star Wars theme will still come out because everyone is going to look forward to it. Like everyone was looking
Exactly.
forward to the Star Wars. Like for a fact that there would
Oh,
be
yeah.
a lightsaber battle.
We had a
At
lightsaber
Worlds.
painted on a robot.
I know we
No,
Caitlin and I
Angela
hand
and I
painted it.
hand painted it. Hand painted that thing. It was. Oh my God! I just dropped a pin. No, it was unpinned. I'm gonna step on it.
We have to
Oh,
end
Jesus.
it now. We can't go on.
Well, I might get stabbed in the foot at some point, but
Do not get stabbed in the foot.
We'll
I
hear
do
it.
it for robotics.
Uh, but yeah, I still think people are like gonna dress up like Star Wars characters next year and whatnot.
That's what I was doing. I was dressed up as Rey. It was so fun.
My
Felt powerful.
my
Depends on-
team. Sorry, you know.
I was gonna say it really depends on how much is Star Wars gonna like still try to keep involved next year. Or?
No,
I feel like
highly
they
doubt it.
definitely lost a lot of money.
They also like were barely involved. I mean, there was a few videos of Mark Hamill coming on and being
Yeah.
like, blah 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 blah, whatever the hell he said. I don't remember. But like, other than that, Star Wars wasn't really related to it as much, and they weren't
not
really
not
used
really
to
with
it.
like the
Just
origin
donated.
of the game and the theme, because the game was like there's asteroids coming. I don't know. They definitely could have morphed it to be more Star Wars specific, but I don't know.
I mean, but then again, I don't want it to be too Star Wars specific. Like,
Yeah.
did you guys know the FTC game or the FLL game? One of them.
Mhm.
Literally,
Isn't
the
it like
whole
Sky
game.
Stone?
That was the FTC one. Yeah.
Uh,
Literally, the whole game was based off of the Star Wars
Mm.
and Star Wars being like its whole thing, and I like just did not like that at all.
Hmm.
Like literally, it was just all Star Wars, and it's like I'm kind of happy FRC didn't do it, but
Mhm.
like I would have still have liked to see a little bit of involvement.
I wonder if they play an FTC and FL games in advance.
Yeah, they do. Probably even like
Probably.
earlier than FRC games.
Yeah, because their
That would make sense.
That's true. Wait, that makes sense.
That would be so interesting though to be one of those people who come up with these games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I actually was visiting a college and I sat down at a table and it turned out can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought my thing just cut out. It turned out that the person sitting across from me was on another robotics and then the teacher that I was sitting with literally wrote FLL something for the FLL game or the FTC game, like code or something, or advised, and I was like, what? You did what now? This is ridiculous. I didn't think.
Caitlin, did you say we were gonna tell Robo Boy stories?
Oh, we can tell Robo Boy stories.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Can we
I
do
mean,
that?
depends on what the hell the stories are about. I keep it GP at
Maybe
least.
it's fine if there's no names revealed.
Yeah.
Because I would
Try not
rather
to reveal
names
names.
anyway.
But one of the names critical story.
But he's still in my Snapchat friends.
Well, I don't think he's gonna watch this.
Okay, maybe.
Can I please tell the story?
Yeah, you can tell us.
This is what?
Well, it happened to me.
That's true. You can tell it. You can tell it.
Okay, so there's this dude, and I think wasn't there Pit at Worlds across from ours or something?
World's
Yeah. So he was hanging around. So I just he asked for a point of contact or something. So I just gave him my Snapchat because at the time I didn't really check it that much. So I was like, I'm just not.
He asked both of us.
Yeah.
I said I didn't have one because I didn't.
Yeah,
want
I
him to
just
have
didn't
it.
check mine anyways, so it was fine. So I gave him my Snapchat, and then months later, I noticed when I actually was checking it that he was answering my stories a lot, and they were saying a lot of similar things like, "Hey, can you pass along a message for me? Hey, I need to say there, blah blah blah." They're all about passing along a message. So I
Is this gonna end with
message?
the dude being super creepy?
No. He wasn't
all right.
creepy, I wouldn't say. But can I drop the person on our team's name?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of our friends, and basically my brother, because we're not related, but we're basically siblings at this point. It's AJ. He was in the pit a lot too.
He's
robot stuff.
Boy in the world.
He wears knee-high socks and basketball shorts, and it looks like they're
My
tights.
man, bro.
My
man.
They're all Maryland. Everything he owns is either Maryland, our school, Spalding, or robotics.
Bro,
His
get this
mom
guy on the
does.
podcast.
His mom makes him shirts. His mom
makes him
shirts.
So
with the
anyways,
cricket machine.
so this guy, I asked him, "What's your message?" And he said, "I'm gay and I like AJ." That was not what I was expecting.
Another thing.
And so I messaged him. I was like, this is completely the truth because he does. I said he has a girlfriend, and his response. I was at a senior college going away party, and I was with my friend Diane.
Wait, that was at
and
the
she said,
party?
Yeah, it was for Katie and Maddie.
Oh my god, I was there.
Yeah, and she said, I bet he's just gonna say "oh," and I opened it up and it just said "oh." That was the end of that story.
Also, the kid was from Canada.
He was from Canada?
So I'm pretty sure he was from Canada. I'm like,
home of the
Diane warned me about there's a lot of teams from Canada, and I never thought it would happen to me. But she said they bump into you and they say sorry. And then I got bumped into and I heard in the distance, sorry, and I froze in my spot. This is happening.
Dude, Canadian people are legends.
It was great. It was so taunting to be in Detroit and you're shivering and you can see the Canadian flag taunting you, reminding you how cold you are. Because you're basically in Canada.
The Canadian flag is taunting.
It's so freezing and everyone wants to get into the arena.
My team, we go to Detroit and right outside the Kobo Center, there's that bridge, right, going right into Canada. And my team, they specifically said, do not go to Canada.
Don't go to Canada.
Is that a rule?
You don't want to go to Canada.
I think someone on my team went. They just left the Kobo Center and then they just walked the bridge, but I don't remember.
Honestly, what a mood.
But what I wanted to do, I wanted to jump into the water and
safe.
just swim to Canada.
Bro, can I just say how lit Robo Prom was then?
Robo
Prom.
Oh my god.
Robo
It was so lit. That was my first time crowd surfing. It was very sick.
I thought
No one grabbed my butt. It was very respectful.
I got an earring kicked out of my my head. My earring was kicked fully out of my head by a crowd surfer.
Well, I think about 5 crowd
I
surfers
liked
fell on
how
my
he
head and I
rose
had a
a
headache. But
kid
like
in a chair. That's what I was.
the kid in the
Wasn't
chair is
there
pretty sick. Did you
wasn't
see
there
the
a
furry?
There
There
was
was
a
a guy in
furry.
a whole
There
fursuit.
was a furry. There was a
I
furry.
thought
I
it
was
was
gonna go.
fascinating.
I was gonna take a selfie with him, but my
Oh my
friends pulled
gosh.
me back into the dance floor.
I feel like I looked drunk. That was because I was on my feet all day since like 5 a.m. in the morning when we left, and my feet were already dead. And then I changed into like these boot heels and was dancing and stuff, and then my feet were more dead. And so I was just like tumbling around, and I looked very inebriated. But
Dude.
I promise I was not.
Robo Prom
Your face
was
is really
hella
red.
lit.
I mean, we were also very hot and like that sounds bad, but we were very sweaty. You know, it was hot in there.
I was
Yeah.
smoking. High on life, my friends. I do not do drugs.
Ooh,
I'm a
can I
child of God.
tell this story with Luca?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Sounds so-
This will be an interesting story.
this was also at Worlds, and I do kind of feel bad for this one, but I also don't know how to react when someone just randomly asks for your number. But I do feel bad about how like I came off. But I was just talking to Maddie, who was our vice president at the time, and Diane, she was the business captain at the time, and we were all just talking about this like outreach conference that we had been invited to, and that was like the next day, and we were like going over what was going on with that, and this dude came up to our group, and he just flat out like asked for my number, and
What the hell?
I just said why. And he said, why not?
Jesus.
And then I was like frozen because I didn't know what to say to that. And I didn't, like, quite truthfully, I just like didn't want to give him my number because I didn't feel like it. And so I was just frozen, and Diane and Maddie were laughing
You should
at
have
me.
told him you had a girlfriend.
You
Don't. You
definitely-
don't. But
That's what we learned when we talked to Miss Bruner. She said, why didn't you just say you had a boy? I was like, man, I definitely should have, but okay.
Miss Bruner is the lady. I love her.
She's
We
awesome.
have the same
She's
birthday.
our mom.
Miss Bruner.
She
I
made
am.
me cry.
But I'm getting to the good part. So then
Okay, sorry.
Luca, one of our team members, he is hulking tall. He is such a big dude.
He's also
And
like Portuguese. So he just,
Portuguese.
like,
He's intensely
super-
Portuguese.
And his voice is very deep.
He has a very
Very-
deep
No,
voice.
this is
If
a
that gives you
very
picture of
interesting
it.
dude,
We should
bro.
have brought him
And
on.
so, and we're
And
good
so-
friends too. We're tight.
Whenever
so-
we go to an event, we have
Well-
him lead the charge to get seats because he's just
He's
He's like-
He's
Spirit
just tall
coordinator.
boy. He's tall.
Yeah.
He's the
So
spirit
the-
coordinator
so-
'cause he's loud.
So, like, behind the scenes of the story, I found out later, we were in front of our own scouting table. And so one of our mentors, Mr. DeFries, was looking out for me. And he told Luca, go help her out. Because he saw this guy with his friend psyching himself out, like,
Oh
a
my
few
God.
feet away from us. He said, Luca, go help him. So I was, like, frozen in place. And I was like, I didn't know what to say to that. And so Luca came up. And he had this tiki cup with him. And you know there's tiny umbrellas that came with it.
Mhm.
So he had that in his hair. And he came up and he went, trick shot, and he tried to get the umbrella in the cup, but he missed. And so that broke the tension, but now we were laughing even more. And the poor guy is like, can I still get your number? And I was still dying. And so I recommended, why don't you get Luca's number? And he was like, what? And Luke, without like asking, Luca just took his phone and typed in his number. And that was the end of that. And he got a call from like an unknown number later, but
he should have.
we came up
He
from
should
then
have
on.
answered.
We came up with a hand sign. I can't like show it, but it's like you like close your
It's
hand
like
twice,
really
make the
awkward
L.
wave.
You
It's
make
like
well, that's before, but you clap. You
Oh.
like close your hand twice, make the L sign with your pointer and your thumb, and then you turn it downwards, and that means
A
send Luca.
gun?
I-
That's just a gun, dude. I just did.
I
And you
guess,
turn
yeah.
it downwards.
Yeah, so you close your hand twice, L up down, and then that's the send Luca signal.
God.
Protect
Luke,
women. You know?
Luca, if you're listening.
He's the big guns.
He's a big boy.
Big boy with the guns.
Jesus, bro.
It's a very fun story. I do have one more story, but I don't
What is
know.
it?
Have we told too many?
Let's
No.
talk
I do have
about
one more.
robotics.
This is robotics.
I know.
This is
This is
robotics.
what robotics is in a nutshell.
Can I bring this off topic by reading what we named our chairman's essay?
Oh, I sent a picture of it in the chat.
Copy of chairman's outline. Sorry,
With the-
Jesus
With the
Christ.
emojis.
You will.
outline.
We showed this to our coach, and it was still like this. And every time we had to show her a document, we had to like sneakily change the name.
Didn't one of them say trans rights?
Yes.
There
No, it
was
said
a
trans whites.
in my
Oh.
team's chairman's essay. There was a version of it where literally there was like every single curse word known to man in it somehow, some
Oh my
way,
god.
and then they had to switch it out. And
Oh my god.
Then they changed it.
Oh man.
I mean, oh my god, chairman's everything that happens like when we're drafting chairman's hilarious. Because like
When they're drafting chairmans.
when we're writing it.
Oh.
Because sometimes like the way we like have it, we either do like people reading it through, or one time we had it like read through a text to speech,
Google
and
Translate.
every single time it would pronounce 541 as 4,000
4,541.
and it would like make us lose our minds for every single time.
Or you remember it called Geem?
Oh yeah, Guillaume, good old
I
Guillaume.
remember one of she's the AP English teacher, and she was walking down the
Miss
hall
P.
while we were listening to it
I love this.
out loud because we needed to be around the hall so we could hear it. And she was walking through, and she's like, "What's going on here?" She's a very nice old lady. And it was Tristan. He was trying to explain. We have like a robot voice reading it to us, and she was like, "Oh, your robot's reading the essay?"
She thought we coded like a robot to speak to us, like to read our essay back to us.
I think she thought our
Let's
competition
read
bot
this
was reading our
person
essay to us.
Perfect. Geoff would have a sweet voice to read Chairman Swift. I don't know about Kronk. I don't think Kronk would be very good at reading.
No.
A little reference. Geoff is the name of the robot last year.
Sorry,
Oh,
Geoff is
yeah.
Geoff is
our
our robot
20
from this year.
Kronk is this year. Let me just go through our suggested names for the robot for Kronk.
Oh man.
So hold on. Before you do that, I understand that you guys name each of your subsystems. Is that?
We name our robots.
No, I thought you guys were the ones that named each one of your subsystems.
Oh, that
yeah.
was me. Yeah. Okay. So.
Oh yeah, we do.
She's insane like that.
Okay. So first of all, let's go back to last year with Geoff. All right.
Geoff
The
has
intake was called
Soulja
"Loud
Boy.
Cow Soldier Boy Tell 'em."
Soldier Boy.
Hold up, I'm pulling up Fusion so I can get them all. Okay, the grabber itself was Geoff first, and then
Yeah.
Geoff because they literally cut out the word Geoff into
They
the grabber.
CNC the name Geoff, and that's literally the only way we can decide a name for our robot because someone
it
this
was
year.
originally supposed to be Morpheus.
Yeah,
But-
someone this year CNC'd the name Kronk into our robot, and that was just how we decided what the name.
Kronk.
Oh, let me get back to the names. Okay, so last year for Geoff, the chassis was named Cletus.
Good old Cletus. I loved Cletus. Bolt and drivetrain. Bolt and the drivetrain. Sorry, that was.
in the draft.
I just had to keep it up.
Anyhow, so this year, I'm chief engineer, right? So I'm in charge of integrating all the CAD together. So I spent many hours on CAD. Like, me and Fusion, oh boy.
Fusion
Anyhow.
Bros.
Wait, no. The hatch grabber was called Bruce Willie.
No, it wasn't.
On the Morpheus for Dummies page, it is.
Okay.
Morpheus for dummies.
Also, because Elevator's name is I refuse to put their name in this document because it's dumb. And then Climber was canceled.
Yeah.
Rip Climber.
This is coming from I was mechanical my freshman year, and I was on Climber, and so it physically hurts me when we don't have a climber.
Then this year we only climbed.
Yep.
Yeah, this year we had a legit climber. I was proud.
Yay.
But yeah. So for Kronk, the names of each so in the CAD, so before we just had the subsystems were named. So I took it a step up, and each individual like part
Version?
in the like subsystem of the CAD, I named. Like if I created that part, like for all the integration parts, like that I created.
It has an individual name.
So like there were ones called Stick and Poke, Tiny Tim,
Mickey D's drive-through.
Oh yeah, Mickey D's drive-through. Here I'm pulling it up. I can very well get this. Okay, yeah. So it was under
Potato.
Mickey D's drive-through. There was Bendy Wendy. There was Beef. There was
Beef was also a potential name for the robot.
Oh,
That
also-
was no, we couldn't name it that because that's the name of our t-shirt cannon.
No, our t-shirt cannon's name is Finished.
Finished.
No, but our old one was named Beefbot.
That's
It's
true.
on the website.
It was Beefbot.
At one point, one of the parts, I got very upset and named it "Sad Boy Gonna Cry."
Sad boy hours.
There was also "Work It," spelled W-E-R-K.
Thank you.
Witch in a
Good
ditch.
spelling. Ditch.
Potato with a stick.
I thought it was potato on a stick.
No, it was with a stick. Meaty Muncher. And and then the full CAD integrated together was called "A Wild Kronk Has Appeared to Pull the Lever."
What the
Perfect.
hell, bro?
Our chassis was named Clyde this year.
Cletus
that
and
was
Clyde.
That was Climber, I believe. That was Climber. My bad. Our
Sorry.
control panel was Roger.
Oh,
Shout out
yeah.
to Star Wars.
Hope is literally going to go through every individual part on this robot.
I will.
Oh my God.
Because I am very
Please,
happy with
Hope,
the naming
please,
system.
no.
Our mentors hated it, and so did my fellow team. But you know what? It was the only thing giving me joy.
Also,
Dude, that's interesting that you guys had your chief engineer. How have you been doing CAD for a while, or is this
So
like your first year?
So I'm in the engineering program at my school, so I learned CAD my freshman year.
Mhm.
And then sophomore year, I was on the elevator subsystem, but I didn't really do too much CAD on that. I was more doing like bill of materials and everything.
I remember you
junior
complaining
year-
about CAD.
Yeah, junior year I did a lot of CAD because I was a lead for a subsystem. It didn't actually get put on the robot. It was to pick up hatches off the ground. It later we reasoned that it wasn't really that necessary.
riff.
And so I knew CAD pretty well, but I was by no means an expert at CAD. Like there were definitely people on the team better at CAD, but the reason that like chief engineer was doing most of the CAD is so that I could see all the integration stuff and work
Mhm.
with each
So-
subsystem closely. So it helps me learn CAD through that way.
Hope, can I explain your job?
Sure.
So chief engineer basically is like a hands-on manager for making sure that everything on the robot that needs to get on the
Yeah, the
robot goes
technical
on the
side.
robot.
Like integration.
Yeah, basically like that. We got some whack leadership structure. Not whack, but like we've changed it a lot
Yeah.
like throughout the years. I don't think have we ever had a consistent like nothing.
I think we're always
between
trying to
years?
solve a problem, like any problem that
Yeah.
comes up. So it's always changing somehow,
Yeah, like chief
which can be
engineer
seen as a positive thing, I guess.
adapt, improvise, overcome.
Overtime.
Perfect.
Can I
Uh,
tell my last Robo Boy story?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's super fun. Okay, this one was freshman year. So I didn't have a lot to do competitions because I was just scouting, as a freshman does. And I was also volunteering. I was volunteering a lot to get out of scout. Okay, it wasn't that bad, but like I was just volunteering a lot. And so I was at the safety glasses stand when we were allowed to have those.
Safety, baby.
Yeah, when we were allowed to give out safety glasses. And that's literally the only time I met this guy because we were sitting in 2 chairs next to each other. And I was in the stands when Devin came up to me and he said, Angela, this guy wants to sing you a song. And I was like, what?
I've never heard this one.
I've never heard this either.
It was my freshman year, and he came, and this guy, his team wasn't even at this event. It was like, I don't think they made it to like district camps.
I remember this now.
Yeah, so he came, and I was like, why does he want to sing to me? He was like, I don't know. And so I took Diane and was like, we're going into the hallway. And so I just hid in the hallway to escape this serenading that was supposed to be happening.
That makes me so uncomfortable, and I feel so bad.
It was very interesting.
Jesus.
Tip to all the boys out there, don't do that.
Don't like
made
just
our
serenade
team very
someone you barely talk to.
Yeah. Well, our coaches, I remember, if I'm thinking of the right guy, like everyone on our team, like me and the other girls in the pit at that time were very uncomfortable because we could see him just like following everyone on our team.
He was hanging out with our team a lot, and his team wasn't there, and I think that's why one of our coaches had to tell him, you can't be here right now, you know?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Yeah. It was
So
kind of weird.
at this year, my team, we didn't get to compete, but I was like, I'm in the same
Right.
situation as that dude, where I still went out and I spectated a week 1 competition, but there was a team there that I like barely ever talked to, if like ever, and like since Meme Man is such a big thing, I posted something, and someone on their team found me.
Oh.
And they were like super cool about it and whatnot. And like we sat down, we were just talking whatever, and then a few of their friends came over, and then we were just talking. And this was like I don't know, probably during like lunch or like right before playoffs are about to start. But they didn't get into the playoffs. Like they were like the worst team at the competition.
Oh.
And I felt really bad for him. I felt really bad for him. Like, and they were all like freshmen, and I think there was like 2 or 3 10th graders or whatever the hell. And I felt really bad for him. And then a mentor comes over, and like I'm just talking with them and whatnot, and they're like, "Oh well, if your team isn't here, then you're more than welcome to join our team for the day if you want." So I'm like, "Hell yeah, bro!" So they go off, they watch the playoffs, and I'm just sitting wherever the hell I was sitting at the time. And
Just vibing.
yeah, I was just trying to vibe. And then the playoffs, they started, and the team, they wanted to like still, even though they didn't make it, they still wanted to watch it and like not be like sore losers and like look like sore losers and whatever that. And I then, after it was like semifinals, I came back into the arena, and then I sat with their team and I just talked with them, and it was just such a really fun time. And like it's weird to hear like that situation where like they just followed you guys around. So it's like, bruh, why?
Hope's been followed around.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
At Worlds
Someone
last
like hunted you down online, right? Well, hunted you down, but like found your Instagram, like DM'd you, right?
Like DM'd her.
That's
What
the
the
one.
hell?
That's the bad thing about, we have jerseys,
Yeah.
and so
We
you
have
have our
jerseys with
last
some-
name on our back.
And with the Maryland flag on them.
Yeah, you guys
They were,
also
like,
have
really
jerseys that are
recognizable.
super
So it's-
easy to see.
So some
Yeah.
people, when like comp comes around, I've heard of some, especially girls, sometimes they like change their username if it's their full name or something. I get a lot of confusion because my last name is also a first name.
That's true. Mine is, unless there's someone named Wilson. I mean,
Well, I
there's
can't
that
really- I can't really
guy
do
that
anything.
passed away.
Wasn't Katie also?
What? Katie followed?
Yeah,
maybe?
Katie got tasered at a not
Oh,
tasered
yeah.
with like a thing, but like someone poked her sides,
Like
and he
randomly.
looked like he was like a mentor or something. It was not on our team though.
What the hell?
It was like
This is
kind of
just a
freaky.
Bro,
PSA for Robo
announce-
Boys.
yeah.
Don't be creepy.
Yeah,
Don't be
PSA to
creepy
all the
to
boys. PSA to all the boys in robotics. Stop being creepy.
PSA to just like everyone.
Yeah, everyone.
Do not be weird.
At Worlds last year, that's when memes started to pick up some traction, and so people they literally hunted me down to try to find me at
Weird
the
flex.
Yeah.
It was honestly really fun because I messed with them like a lot.
I mean,
Oh.
World was a really nice time. I didn't
Worlds.
realize how big it was
It's just like
because
crazy
like
big.
I thought our 60 team district champs was large because that was when I was a rookie. So
Mhm.
I oh my god, I was terrified walking into that thing. I wish I would have been able to like walk around more. I was just too scared to like leave pit. Like
Because
literally,
your
I went
safety, yeah.
and I watched the CNC and I went back and I didn't go to like any other sections.
Yeah,
Nah,
Worlds was
bro.
crazy. It was also my first year last year going because a lot of people on our team were kind of crushed if we were in music too, because music trip fell over World my freshman year, and
Jesus.
I was lucky enough to be like on the list as a freshman to go, because you can only take a certain amount of people, and we're a pretty big team.
60
So,
plus.
but I couldn't go because I had a solo for band, and all of my instructors were like, "You're not gonna ditch us, right?" It's like, no, I wouldn't do that. But
Yeah.
I was really glad I got to go last year if we couldn't do any competitions this year.
I wanted to get first merch. Then I didn't. I didn't have enough money.
I have some.
Yeah.
You could have asked me, Caitlin. I would have gotten you something.
I didn't want to like be like that. I didn't want to be that person.
Caitlin, I've known you since like 4th grade. Shut up.
Yeah.
I've known you both. Wait, all of us went to the same middle school. I just
Oh my god,
remembered
wait,
that.
yeah.
Why did we just have this realization?
I've known you guys since like 1st grade. Wait.
I've
Hold
known
up.
you guys since 4th grade.
This is a gang.
This is a gang. Our team is a cult. God.
You're in for life.
Our team is a cult. Wait, what is the thing where like we're not a club, we're a team, we're not a team.
We're not a team, we're a family, we're not a family.
We're a cult.
Yeah.
We're not a family cult.
We
We're
have like a
family cult.
few chants that we do. We showed you one of them before this podcast started.
It was Dean Kamen is
Name
the
is
Lord.
the Lord, Woody Flowers
guide
guide.
me.
I created that, and I based it off of a Catholic meditation that I learned in Do you know 5th that grade. we got a message back from someone working at the Vatican once, our team?
What?
Yeah, I was talking to one of our mentors about it. It was before my time. He said there was one time DeJulian sent a message to the Vatican, because we're a Catholic team, asking about like the connection between religion and like, you know, progression and technology. And we got a letter back from like some dude who was like the lead of like technology in the Vatican or something.
That's a thing?
I don't know. I don't think that's like the
there's
legit title,
internet
but
in
there
the
was like
Vatican?
a dude for that. It wasn't from the Pope. If it was from the Pope, I would have screamed.
The Pope.
Mr. Francis, can I please have a letter?
Mr. Pope,
Can
please.
Can we send a letter to the Pope?
Not right now.
Not right now. Why not?
We're in a global pandemic.
I wish I could meet the Pope, bro.
That's true.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
I don't know what I would
He's a
talk to
cool
the
Pope.
Pope about. I don't know what I would talk to him about, but I would just love to meet him.
What is
It would be a cool guy to meet.
What a STEM outreach opportunity.
How would that be STEM outreach? You like give him a robot?
Yeah,
Oh my
you
God.
do a robot demo.
We'll give him a gim.
Can we name our
Oh my
robot
God.
Francis next year? Angela, get on that.
No, from now on, you know how some parents only name their kids after like book Bible? That's what we should do with our robots.
Oh my God, that would be so good. We would definitely get the Francis.
Our next robot is Isaiah.
Oh my God.
Ezekiel.
What other Jesus? names are there?
Deuteronomy.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Very
see, there are really
Magdalene.
cool things about Catholic school. Like, I have the 10 Commandments memorized for some reason.
I also know the entirety of the Greek alphabet.
Oh, yeah, same. Because we
Alpha,
went to the
beta,
same
gamma,
middle school.
delta, epsilon, zeta, eta,
Beta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, Psi, Kappa, Psi, Upsilon, Phi, Chi, Psi, Omega.
Miss Webb.
Our test.
Interesting,
Miss
bro.
Webb. You had to just go in the empty hallway with Miss Webb and sing that song to her, and you would get like a 100. It was so awful.
And that, yeah.
Dude, one-on-ones
so-
like that are so weird with the teacher.
It's also because she was a social studies teacher, but like she didn't teach Greek anything.
Yeah.
She was just like, I want my kids to know this. And so she made us learn it. It was the worst.
It's been so helpful.
I mean, yeah. basically. I know nothing. in this
Sometimes
world.
in math, I'll hear a Greek letter, and I'll be like, I've heard that.
Well, all of the roles are on this server are like Greek,
Mhm.
like
Yeah, this whole everything right now is Greek
Yeah.
related.
See, I've heard the word alpha before because I've heard it.
Alpha.
wow, really? I don't know how to read, so
I've heard it before because I heard it.
Yeah, no, it was very convenient. All I did is I just slammed my fingers down on the keyboard and it just came up with alpha, beta, gamma, just all random, bro.
That's
yeah, no,
what
like I don't know how to read, so I just guess.
So wait, what? They're Greek letters?
Wait, what?
What?
We could talk about our sexy defense.
What?
Sorry, I'm just thinking about our sexy.
Can we
defense
talk about
system.
how I asked Hope to come over to write a description about our robot last year, Gia, and I had to take out several words because she wouldn't stop using the word sexy.
Oh, there's
I did
The
call Gio
censorship on our
sexy.
team.
there's one of those in the description for the ball grabber. Also, it's called the ball
Wait,
grabber.
I left one in?
The
Where?
It
Jesus,
says
bro.
on a wrist, carries balls from back of robot to front. Hella sexy.
Is that on our website? Do I need to change that?
No, it's by Katie. It's Katie made
Oh,
it.
okay.
It says on a wrist.
There's
Carries
nothing
balls.
else you can describe it as though. You have to
Yeah.
use the word sexy.
Let me finish.
Bro,
Hella
our
sexy.
robots are sexy as fuck.
Props the best bet for a technical board. We just designed to make it look as pretty as possible.
And it ends up working pretty well.
Are you sure?
Well, okay, I think the point is that
The turret this year. How well did that work?
I think the fact that we CAD it in advance like helps with aesthetic at least a little bit.
Hold
But
on.
did our
What do you mean
turret work?
CAD it in advance, bro? Y'all cheating?
Like
Y'all know the game
our
in
mentors
advance?
will not let us build until it is completely CADed.
And then our
Our
turret didn't work.
mentors, I didn't let teams build until they catted.
Well, yeah,
Do we want to talk about the intake this year?
the
Oh,
intake
boy.
was. Our intakes are always usually interesting. Now that I think about it.
Yeah,
Very
we got.
troublesome.
Yeah, what was y'all's robot this year, if you don't mind?
So
Okay,
it
so
was-
our robot.
yeah, I'll send a
So-
photo and you start talking.
Okay, so basically in the design, like right down after kickoff, while we talked about kind of strategy and what we really wanted to go for. So we realized that number one, we wanted to try to fit under the trench because we saw that as, we didn't want to have to worry about
Going through
middle.
the yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, and all that jazz. And so going under the trench was cool. And I remember people were like, "Oh my gosh, that's impossible. That's so short." And I remember just like taking like a meter stick next to me and being like, "Guys, this is actually pretty tall."
That was actually all of the alumni. That was it.
all of our alumni were like, "No, you cannot do it." And then that was the least of our problem.
Okay, can
Hope.
we pause for a second?
There are
just
valid
opened up this-
arguments on both sides.
I
'cause
just
I was
opened up
also
the business
hesitant.
drive, and it says Rona.
What?
What?
Oh, yeah, that's everything we started working on after Rona happened or started
Sorry.
happening.
Continue.
Wait, where was I? Oh yeah, okay. So we decided that, and so then we got an original. I put an original CAD together that I lovingly called Youngin Mappy Boy, and I kind of just like mapped out where it was, and we realized right away, kind of that intake was basically taking up the whole robot. Now that makes sense as because holding 5 balls, but yeah. There were some troubles as we realized.
Why is
One of
there
the
a
big-
whole folder? Can I ask a question? Why is there a
Yeah.
whole folder of AJ having a breakdown?
Oh, Diane probably made that.
I think there's
Every
just a
time you had a
list-
breakdown, Diane took a picture because I asked her to keep up with documentation. Since our Our historian this year got like one of the lead roles in the play, so she couldn't be historian anymore. So yeah,
This Kronk is too chonky.
I'm painting a birdhouse right now.
You're eating a birdhouse?
You're
I'm
beating?
painting one.
Oh.
Y'all heard that very wrong.
Yeah.
I'm painting a birdhouse.
Please, I just want this photo of Kronk. I want Kronk.
Please, Kronk.
Please, Kronk.
Please, Mom.
Mom, please.
Mom, pick
Would
me
you
up, I'm
spare
scared.
but a bit of crumb?
Kronk time.
Caitlin, I have the CAD open. I can literally just take a snippet quick.
Then do it.
Caitlin's been trying to get this photo for like 10 minutes.
And she's been sitting on the CAD.
Okay.
You are the entire circus.
All right. Well, it's getting. The CAD is pulling up. It's gonna take.
Why
a
does this
couple-
say
Is Hope stupid or
unprecedented
dumb?
times? Unprecedented times.
Unprecedented. That's our document.
Meme robot reveal. Please. Can we please?
Lauren was hesitant about it. I think
Please.
if we have the footage
People
for
only watch memes.
if we have the footage for a regular Robo reveal, then we have the footage for a meme one. It's up to Justin what he wants to edit.
Well, if Justin would respond to your DMs, this is a call out post. Keep this in so we can call out Justin.
At Justin, I don't know what Justin. There's millions of
Justin
Justins in the
Justin
world.
is a nice guy. I like
He's
Justin.
amazing.
Does he
a good
follow
guy.
me, man? Does he follow me, man?
I don't know.
I don't think so. But I can get him to.
Get him to, and then I'll use this clip as one of the highlights.
That would be so funny.
All right,
Justin, you're legally required to follow this account now.
All right. Hold on. Let me adjust announce some things to this particular
he follows
Justin.
FRC name page, but not FRC.
Hey Justin.
Justin
Can you
Jake?
please
Oh, wait, I just
answer
said
the
his full
DMs?
Are you gonna DM him?
No. I'm gonna put this in the highlights.
Oh, okay. My DMs, right.
Good job, Angela.
I've been trying to make business call for stuff. I have to tell Tristan a new due date. We're still we were still working on the end of our chairman's video the week before. Because it is what it is. But
Drone.
I mean, okay, I had a plan. It was just
Angela,
it was a little cutting it close, I'll admit. And so when everything happened, I kind of gave us a little time to chill out. But then people started asking, "Where's the chairman's video?" And it's jeez.
This is why
we should finish this.
This is why you should do safety, because then if everything goes to bad, you don't have to do anything. I
feel like I'm
write-
the only person.
I might
on
write-
robotics. We're the only ones that are. Hope.
That's true.
So Justin and I are working on
That's just
these
hella
big
cut out.
caps
That's
and
just hella cut out, by the way.
Oh, you can hear me.
Rip. I could hear you.
I was just saying how the only people on the team who can really do much right now, because mechanical can't work on the robot, so the only people is business, and we are try our best.
We are try our best.
We are try best.
I think I might build not build. Wow. Give me 2 minutes to not have a stroke. I think I might write a how-to be a safety captain next year, because Lord knows I won't come back.
Please do.
I mean,
You're the
what?
best safety we've ever had. Why were you a rookie last year? We needed you,
because I
Caitlin.
was big dumb and I played ice hockey instead.
Ice hockey first.
When the world needed him most, he disappeared.
Ready for the picture?
Me, but with safety. Have fun with
Remember when Nolan and Luca were safety?
Yes.
You remember Luca, right? The big oaf I was talking about earlier?
Yeah.
he
I
was
hope he
safety
hears
captain.
me say that. He, the least safe of anyone in the world.
Hey, he's not that bad.
This
No, he had
every
a
single
He was
team's
very worrisome.
every
plastic.
Every single team's safety captain always seems to be the most unsafe people.
Hey, no, I'm very
Well, you
safe.
remember North Carolina, right?
I'm self-elected team mom. Self-declared team mom. I'm very safe.
Caitlin is very safe. I applaud her for it.
Thank you. I'm trying.
When
my
we
best.
didn't have Caitlin in North Carolina, which everyone was sad about, and so we
Don't
had to
get
put
me
this.
started on that. We're not getting started on why I didn't go.
No, I'm just saying the like funny
There, I
stories like
finally sent the picture, guys. Wait, it should be sent.
You're the worst. Hope.
we had other people who had to wear the vest,
Ooh.
and
Oh.
it was very sad.
Oh.
He's looking at our robot right now. That's why.
I deduced from the sounds that I was hearing.
This
Oh
cat.
Can I
my.
tell the Sean Collins story?
Yeah.
I just said
Yes.
his full name again.
Oh, the
Well,
tourniquet story.
yeah. Well, let me tell because I was
Yes.
there.
You have to say Sean Collins' entire name. That's
You
how
have
it
to say
works.
Sean Collins.
Sorry.
But anyways, so there was this girl from the other team, and she came up to Sean because he was wearing, the thing, even though he's not safety captain, because our safety wasn't there for some reason. And she asked, so, tell me about your safety stuff on your team. And his response to that was, not all of the mental health stuff we've had going on, or the speakers we've had, or the demonstrations about battery spill kits and like everything that happened, like, fairly frequently. The first thing he thinks to say is, I have a tourniquet in my back pocket. And so Diane and I like zoom in and swoop in front of him and start talking about like legitimate safety things. And once she was gone, he was like, I'll still show you how to do it. And then he did.
He's also showed me how to do it. He also showed another safety captain at district champs last year how to do it.
He showed me how to do it as well.
Yeah, I know. He like.
Oh my
Here's
god.
the
And the rest of the speech is
This
talking
was-
about Sean.
There's a better part. There's a better part. This was.
I could
in-
literally just like rant about why I wasn't allowed to go to Carolina, but we're not going to
Okay,
get into that.
wait, guys. Here's the
What?
thing. This Sean Collins tourniquet thing was in view of like the EMT that's at the event, to make sure the case.
Don't.
Wait,
And
actually?
he was,
Yep.
You're
he was
kidding.
debating so hard, going over and asking a bunch of questions, and I was like, Sean,
Sean.
Am I gonna have to bleep this dude's name out?
no, he's
No.
pretty iconic.
Everyone knows
Fine.
Sean.
Although he
I mean-
doesn't like fame, so maybe.
He definitely does not. He is a quieter dude, but
Make
he's
him
very
famous. Make him
Make him
famous.
famous.
I want to see him suffer.
I wanna do episodes where it's just one-on-ones with me and someone else and we're just having a conversation. Get Sean on here.
He will not do that.
That'd be
He will
fun.
blatantly
not do it.
refuse.
He would definitely refuse.
He looks like he's.
You know
murdered
what he's been
someone.
doing over quarantine, right?
What?
He made a bow and arrow, like from scratch.
He's
You
probably
know that's
killed
what he's
someone.
been doing, right?
He's probably killed someone.
Tori told me. He's been asking her because she has like like bow and arrow shooting in her neighborhood, and he's been asking her like, "Am I holding it right?" And like texting pictures of like how he's holding the arrow and stuff. Very
What a
interesting
nerd.
guy.
They're both Tori. For context, Tori and Sean are both the chat leads. So close.
Chassis Lee.
Chassis.
Gotta love him.
Chassis leads. They're a very interesting combo. Because Sean has probably murdered someone. Corey is one of the most nervous people I've ever met. And
If
she's
this
also one of the
ends up
sweetest.
being evidence in a case
No.
in a case of law.
He's not. It's
Okay,
not.
he's never
he
he's
would
not
never
murdered
be caught.
someone.
I'm kidding. I'm
But
kidding.
if he
Here's
did,
the
he would
thing,
be very
Sean would
smart
never
about
be
it.
caught.
He would. Yeah, he would get caught.
No, he would not be caught.
He would not be caught.
Hi, yes, 911.
Yo, wait, what? You're in Israel. How are you gonna?
You have no evidence. You can't build a case against him. It's futile.
what time is it in Israel right now?
There's a joke that me and Man is from Israel, and it's my favorite thing.
From
There's
Israel?
also another joke that me
Oh,
Man is from. His name is Bernard.
Bernard. I'm naming one of my duck friends Bernard. Is that why you said to name him Bernard?
No, that is not why. But
I met 5 different species of duck today.
Are you actually using my names?
I will use 3 of them.
Bozo.
I met 5.
Bozo.
Well, 2 of them were swan. No, they were geese.
What did I
Goose.
say?
One of them was
Geeses.
looking at me with puppy eyes and just going, because I was feeding them.
Can you name one LaCroix, please?
Oh my god, I'm gonna name the white duck with the red face.
Kate, why'd you have to take apart your scepter?
Because my parents are coming home and I want them to think I'm a normal human being.
Bruh, no.
Rather than having a 10 high can of LaCroix staff.
Nah,
I can
it's
set another one very easily. I'm literally drinking water right now.
Caitlin,
I'm drinking LaCroix
Caitlin.
too.
What?
I'm pretty sure
We are
your
a
parents
LaCroix team.
already know that you're insane, seeing as you're somehow friends with me.
Hope,
I've driven in your car. It's
That's what I'm saying. The fact
Hope doesn't know how to drive.
She put me in the trunk of her car. And when we parked back at school after we got food, I was in there for like a minute and I was like, guys, why aren't you letting me out? It was because there was a teacher in the parking lot and but then they still opened it after a minute and I rolled out and I made direct eye contact with, I rolled out, quite literally.
Can I say a story about this?
Oh man.
No.
Okay, so,
I want to
no,
tell
no,
a
no, no.
story.
No, it's not like, okay, so I adopt like the freshmen and sophomores and
He's
I
a bad
call them
driver.
my kiddos. Anyhow,
She likes to shove people into her car
Let me-
because
let
it
me
makes her
speak.
feel better.
okay, so anyhow, so like I have like a bunch of like people that I take weekly on like Wednesdays because that's when we have our longer meetings to Wawa down the road to get food. Now this started with like I think just like a couple people, but it's gotten to the point where I've consistently had like 9 people in my car.
Can I
and
say
only
something?
sit-
Can I say something? Can I say
What?
something? Can I say
Briefly.
something? Can I say something? Hope is trying to decimate the future of our team by crashing with all 9 sophomore and freshmen in our car.
Okay, wait, can I continue
damn.
this?
How big of a car do you have?
It's
Not
only
large.
it's a
He's just committing
Honda
crimes.
CR-V. I fit 1 in the passenger and then 4 in the 3 seats, and then I fit like another 3 to 4 in the trunk.
3 to 4. I thought there was one person.
No. Okay. So me man.
I'm
does not-
one.
That sounds like she's
Let me
trying
finish,
to
let me
kill
finish,
all
let
of
me
our
finish.
freshmen.
Okay, let me finish.
Like we
No,
have like
wait,
9 freshmen. That's
Wait.
That's like entire generation of FRC gone.
Okay, can I finish the story? Okay, so there
What
was
story is it?
you'll see. Okay, so this one time I was coming back, right? And so
Is
I
that
was
when you
like,
crashed into a teacher's car?
I did not crash. The teacher crashed into me. So let me finish the story. I was like not fully parked, but I was like,
You're so
I
bad
parked-
at parking.
I would I was waiting.
No, it's
For a
fine. I
parking-
suck at parking as well.
I
was
do
waiting
too.
for a parking spot to open up, and so I was just kind of like sitting, like waiting for someone to move. And then this teacher in her minivan backs into me, and I have 9 people in my car. So they all discreetly like roll out on the other side while I'm like talking to this teacher, like, oh, bye.
So basically, Hope commits crimes and she's trying to kill the future of our team. Okay. that's
Wait,
it.
wait. Hope, can you tell me what teacher it is?
It was it was a religion
Would I
teacher.
know her?
Shoot, I know you know her. It was
Miss Nice.
It's Miss Knapp.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my god, this is Nap. I had her. Oh man.
I thought it was Miss Knight.
No, and it was literally like the smallest dent. But I was just like, I also had never like been in this situation, so I was like, I don't know what to do. so, like,
So
I
you
was
let
like-
everyone out of your clown car so that you wouldn't have committed a crime.
That's
and
what
I was like,
sometimes.
yeah.
Miss Murray does the same thing. Do you remember Miss Murray was in the back of her own car?
Sometimes you just gotta like. Sometimes there's just people that like to sit in your trunk. Like I
Yeah.
I have a
There's
pretty
so
nice
many.
car. I have a pretty nice car, but there's this one kid on our team, Logan. He just refuses to sit in seats. He
Okay,
only sits in the trunk of my car.
Here's the thing.
Have you
That's
guys
Logan
changed your
and
icon
Ryan
to
Wood.
Logan yet?
Pool jeans.
Oh
Pool
my
jeans. Man.
I don't know. Can I please tell the pool jeans story?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So
We can talk about Logan for the rest of
Logan's quite a character.
He
is the
sounds
younger brother-
like a
he's
character.
the younger brother of the kid on her team.
And they look like the same person.
Yeah. And last year,
But they are
he was
completely
a freshman
different
last year.
personality.
He was a freshman last year. So at Worlds, there was like at the hotel we were at, there was but like he didn't bring his bathing suit. So instead of like not going in the like a normal person, he just fully went in his jeans. And then he like
What the
only had 2
hell?
pairs of jeans all the days of competition. So I'm pretty sure he wore them again. And then we just called him.
I have an add-on to this story.
Yeah.
Is it the pool story from this year? I want to
No, so this was the same. So last year in the pool at Worlds, there was also, for some reason, a bunch of clementines in the hot tub.
What?
30 clementines in the hot tub.
When?
Why wouldn't there be, bro? That was me. Sorry.
Is it this year or last year?
No, that was last year.
I don't remember that.
It was very.
I didn't go to the pool last.
Because then we touched them at Carter, and then
Carter
he
was
was
our
in the
driver last year.
pool.
I
and we
remember
touched-
Christian playing the like kazoo. He played the Wii music in the hot tub with this kazoo.
Can I tell the pool story from this year?
Yes.
The
yes.
massage.
Okay, so this year, the only competition that we got to go to was out of our district because it was. You remember how our first competition last year was awful?
Yes.
So to like prepare for that this year, we decided to have a practice outside of our district, and
And then I didn't
we
get to go.
yeah, and then
That's
when,
actually
when
really
we got
smart.
when we got picked, we said we don't want to take district points away from people in this district who could, gain those points.
I have.
It was very nice. Like they gave us a standing ovation for that. So we did that, but we were a lot more laid back. Like we weren't up for any awards, but they still gave us, which is really nice of them. It was very welcoming in the North Carolina district. So thank you, shout out to them. But so I was me as business captain was like a lot more laid back because I didn't have to do chairmans or anything or like any award stuff with judges. So the when we were at our hotel, we were at the same hotel as like a few other teams, and they were all like visibly stressed and talking about like the competition and preparing for awards and stuff. And we were messing around in the pool. And with our clothes, because I didn't pack any bathing suits. So we were all like in our clothes. And they were looking at us like we were aliens and like insane. Because this was before like the final day, so I guess a lot of teams didn't know that we weren't really there for like legitimate awards and anything. So we were just kind of messing around. If I was at a legitimate competition, I definitely would have been freaking out.
Well, but
So
we
we were in
go
the
to
hot
pool
tub.
and mess around every competition.
That's true. We're kind of memes.
We are.
Well, I would not have been at the pool because I would have been freaking out about chairman. But anyways, so we were all in the pool and we were having fun, and they were looking at us. It was Yeti. It was Yeti.
Yeti.
They were
Oh my
very
God!
nice.
Didn't
They gave us their own award. Their gracious. Yeah, they got gracious professionalism. But they were all looking at us like, what are they doing in there? And we were like, come on in. And they were like, no, thank you.
Oh my God! No, thank you. I sent the video of the decline in the chat.
There was also an older couple that was in the hot tub when we got into the pool, and like we were messing around in the pool for a while, and we definitely annoyed them, and they left, and we were like, yeah, hot tub time.
Oh my God, I wanted to go. I was volunteering at another event though.
Mm.
And
What is this
at
clip?
That event, I was volunteering at another event the same weekend, and there's another team in our district called 4514.
Yes.
Often confused with them. So I was like, and we were going to be at the same event like the next weekend, Owings Mills. So I walked up to their drive team like while I was queuing, and I was like, all right, so I'm from 5-4, and I have a proposition for you. We're probably going to be next to each other at Owings Mills. What if we just combined pits and became the same team for this competition?
What the hell?
So they said yes, that they were down for Mega Pit, and we were going to combine two pits and just Mega Pit it.
Why not?
Yeah.
They're so chill too, because I remember when I was volunteering a lot for my freshman year, I was volunteering with the 4514 dude, and we were like bonding.
Yeah, they're so nice. They're driving
Because whenever we'd see our matches from the TV, we'd like have to squint because we couldn't tell if they were playing or we were playing.
Honestly,
Can
yeah.
we just take this moment real quick and like appreciate also team? I forget team numbers because I have off of memory, but Supernova.
44-32.
Yeah, we like befriended them last year at
Austin Hill.
Yeah, and
And
we
614.
love you guys if you're listening.
So tight.
So 4472 was on our alliance last year at
Like,
Austin
it was
Hill.
our first match of the day. I remember bonding with someone because I was wearing a heart monitor at the time, and it was going off. Like, I was on the field because we were the first match, and so my heart monitor was going off during opening ceremony. And I remember just like the girl on their team, Eleanor, was like looking like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Fine."
Oh yeah, that was interesting. When you had a heart monitor during competition.
I remember my first
Captain
competition,
Dean.
I had the privilege of wearing the tutu, and I think it was Eleanor too. I don't know too many people in there, like, personally. But
Probably.
I met some of them at, like, Worlds especially.
Was it long curly hair?
She had short curly hair at the time, but I think she grew it out.
Oh, okay.
I grew my hair out too. But she complimented my tutu, and I complimented her tutu, and that was, like, a thing for, like, the first competition. And that's, like, the first thing I remember about their team.
What am I gonna do with my tutu now? So sad.
I'm gonna bring my tutu to college. What are you talking about?
I have so much red, like, paint and glitter, and
That's why I'm going to U of D because it's easier.
yeah, I
won't have to
seriously
change my
considered that with
branding.
college.
I
It's
won't
like,
have to change my
guys,
branding.
I'm
Drexel
so committed to our
colors?
school colors.
Drexel
Are your
colors
class
is
colors?
St. John's. I'm gonna puke.
St. John's was our middle school. But
For SJ kids.
our team is very aggressively Maryland branded, which is great when we're at Maryland competitions. Because
No,
we're
it's
all,
not
like,
great.
That's a joke. It's sarcasm.
Oh, okay.
We're all like
I was
decked
afraid.
out, and then we see another. Oh my! It's so bad because there's another team that also has similar branding to us. 2377.
We were started by
Love
someone
you.
who was on their team.
That's true. We love 2377, but they went more into crab branding, and we had team issued Maryland bandanas.
This year. No, but we started because Miss Bruner once saw, like, a team and they had jerseys with Maryland on the thing. She's like, "That's cool," and then she just did it.
Well, I love Miss Bruner the way she does things. She's like, I want that. Let's do it.
I remember she made a bet with business that if Justin finished one of the banners by the end of the meeting, she would buy Tristan this $80 blow-up BB-8 costume for competition, and he promised he would wear it.
That's
Did
the
he?
beauty
Wait,
of it.
did she buy it?
No, because he didn't finish it.
No, he didn't finish it during the meeting. He finished it that day, but after the meeting.
It
I don't
a
think
big
it
old-
counted.
It was a big old
Justin,
rip.
if you're hearing this, I'm disappointed.
Our coaches are so funny. Have you ever been in a car with either of our coaches?
I don't think he has. I'm not
Not
gonna...
him. Sorry, not me, man. I mean, like, either of you. Like, you've definitely
Yeah.
been in a car
I
with
may
Miss
have been.
Bruner.
We've been in a car with what?
Whoa! What
Have
a
you
big
been in a
plot
Have you
twist.
been in a car with Mr. Julian though?
Oh, yeah.
Potentially. I mean, no.
What
I'm
if
not.
you're Logan? What if
'Cause
you're
the two
I've
of
been
them-
in a car with Mr. Julian a lot.
Because the two of them, whenever Miss Bruner gets ahead of Mr. Julian, she goes, "Oh no, you don't," and then she speeds up, and it scares the crap out of me. I remember I was in a car with Mr. Julian, and it was at night, and it started snowing, and I said, "Oh, it's snowing," and I was like, full of wonder, and she went, "It's snowing," and I saw both of her hands were off the wheel. I was like, please,
God.
guys.
What a lady!
Dude.
That's why I normally drive myself because I
95% of the time I am
Oh my
driving,
God.
my hands are not on the wheel.
No, I have a very
You're a
important story
crackhead.
with Mr. Julian. So, and she's also our teacher for digital electronics, and we were doing a thing about like the Boolean algebra, and so we were doing a thing about like the car signal going off for like your seatbelt, and so that was in class, and then we were doing this GIM event the night after, and she was like, "Wait, you guys, take your seatbelts off," and we were like, "What?" And she was like, "I want to see if the light goes off." And we were like, okay.
What?
And she was driving the whole time. And so we took our seatbelts off. And then she's still driving. And then she said, I think I was shotgun. She went, no, I was in the back. And she went, Angela, open your door. I was like, what? And she was still driving. And she's like, yeah, I want to see if the light goes off. And she was like, it didn't go off. This is incorrect. And
This is
and
Mr.
so we were
Julian,
like,
right?
yes. And so we were periodically like checking which door and like opening our doors and unbuckling
That's
It's
right.
also
while we
kind
were
of
driving to
hilarious.
an event.
Damn,
That's
I love
hilarious
eating
because
pineapple.
it's her husband is our safety mentor. Like he works for NASA for safety, and she's like that.
She's like that. Mr. Julian rules so awesome. She's
Oh
just so crazy. She has a very
That
unique
shit.
energy.
We're in different pages.
Those are two very different answers.
Love her to death, though. Love her to death.
Yeah, exactly. That's like at the end of the day, whatever she does.
Any.
And then Mrs. Bruner is like she's like our mom.
She's like calm.
I think I almost called her mom once. That was
Miss
kinda awkward.
Bruner.
I've called her mom
Scary.
before.
We have the same birthday, but I'm still afraid of her. I think I said that to her face that I fear her.
Wait, guys, know what makes me really sad about like the whole coronavirus thing?
What?
I'm never gonna get the money Mr. Julian owes me. She owes
What did
me,
she
like-
owe you money for?
Okay, so here's the thing, backstory. So me and this other girl on the team, Sarah Swanland, were the same grade, and we both like ran cross country, and we're both about the same height and have blonde hair, and apparently that's enough for her to mix us up. And
You look
so,
nothing alike.
so freshman year, I made a bet with Mr. Julian that every time that she calls me Sarah, she owes me $2. And she paid freshman year. Like she ended up doing it.
Oh my
Um,
god. That's a
So
way
I
to
started
like
a tally of since like the last time she paid. She's up to $36 right now.
oh my god.
And so, but it has slowed down her calling me Sarah. I mean, that's also because like I'm besties with her. Like she literally makes me beans and rice and like keeps it in the fridge for me and everything.
This
No, literally, no. I always got like beans and rice from Wawa on Wednesdays to like eat for dinner because I was like, it's honestly good. And she would like look at me like, "Oh, how much are you spending on that?" And I'm like, "Probably a lot." And she like genuinely like made a massive tub of it and was like, "Don't like the next time you're going to buy some, like tell me the day before." And I'm just like, Mr. Julian, I love you.
Coaches don't make me food. I get LaCroix for Mr. Bruner and Mr.
Well,
Julian.
Mr. Bruner.
Well, I don't like
I
LaCroix,
know,
but
Excuse me.
I
it's
don't like
Bru-
LaCroix,
the
but
Bruner.
if I did like LaCroix, they would give it to me.
LaCroix is good. No,
I
it's
started
not.
getting
I'm sorry,
LaCroix
but
as a joke,
LaCroix
but
is
now I'm
disgusting.
legitimately into it.
LaCroix.
LaCroix.
I've never had LaCroix.
LaCroix.
Good. It's awful.
Do
Oh,
you remember
you're
that
wrong.
one meeting? Do you remember that one meeting where I keg standed the LaCroix?
Yes. I
That
do
was pretty bad.
Unfortunately.
I
Keg
could not
standed the
stop
LaCroix.
burping.
Was that no? What
I
was
was
the meeting
burping
when Max-
uncontrollably.
When Max and what's his name? Michael made a scooter.
No, that was a different meeting.
Oh,
They got bored, so they just made a scooter from like scrap metal.
Yeah, like anyone would.
Yeah, exactly. And then
What-
Miss Bruner
what
like took them to the side and was like, "You can't be doing that."
wait, really?
Yeah, she like gave him something to do, and then Max was like, he looked like a little kid being scolded.
Well, yeah, because he's kind of
He is kind of a little kid.
not gonna finish that sentence.
He also went to middle school and elementary school with us.
What's it called? My team was bored one day, and this was during the off season, I think, and we had pulled up the carpet on our field because I think we were like cleaning it or whatever the hell. And what?
Imagine having a field.
Do
Dang.
you guys not have a field?
No.
Oh.
We have like logistics that make some of the parts to test on,
We
but
have some of the carpet that we got from Olds.
Yeah, but we don't use it.
Yeah.
there's a
I
test
have
field
to- I
from
have to
somewhere
clean
else
up
that
the
we use.
scuffs from like Bryce all the time. It's ridiculous.
All
What?
right. Well, anyway.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. We pulled up the field, and under it, it's a very like, I don't even know what the hell it's called, but it's like a very it's a flat ground.
Linoleum.
I ain't got no clue.
Linoleum.
But we had these rolling dollies, and a few of our teammates, they got onto the dollies and started to roll around on the
Oh
on the
no.
ground.
Oh.
And then for some reason there was a broom. Somehow, some way, a broom got into the mix of all of it.
Oh my
And
god.
no.
my friend, God bless him, bro. He's like one of my favorite people in the world. Um, he so the driver's station, we built it out of wood, and it is very heavy.
Mhm.
And obviously, like the driver's station is on the field, it has like glass and whatnot. Ours, we do not put glass. It's just a frame. My friend, he accidentally knocked the driver's station wall over, the entire wall,
Oh my god.
and by freaking God's grace, the place where the glass should be, that's what landed on him. So he was perfectly
my God.
fine. He was perfectly fine. If the driver's station wall fell on him, or like one of the sides of the frame fell on him, he probably would have like died.
Oh my god.
And
Oh my god.
Oh,
Sounds
yeah.
very cultish, and there's like 20.
There's a war
30
between
people.
the people who take Spanish and Latin, because Latin is obviously superior.
No.
language wars.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Huh?
language wars.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we
Imagine
said
learning a dead language.
Imagine your language
It's
not
like
existing
you-
without that language.
yeah, you don't even know Spanish, bro.
Okay, I used to though.
Used to. So saying the Latin Our Father sounds suspiciously like
It sounds
Summoning
like
a
you're
demon?
chanting to the devil.
That's
Pater
what
Noster
in Latin
qui
Fiat
guys,
and Kylie
that's-
sanctificate
that is
nomen
the
tuum.
whole essence
ad
of
venia
Latin
Ad regnum
language.
tuum. Fiat
It
voluntas tua sicut in Kylo et in de.
Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis
Hodie.
hodie. Okay,
Guys, guys, demonic cult-like activity is the entire essence of the Latin language.
it's also the entire
Exactly.
essence of our team. But go off, I guess.
Exactly,
Jesus
but
Christ. bro.
Minus like the murder and like bad things. We're not bad.
Minus everything. But it's funny to
Basically.
say.
Yeah.
Disclaimer,
Honestly-
541 is not a cult.
We promise. We got a letter from the
We did get a letter from the Vatican. That was before our time, though.
Mhm.
Rest in pieces.
Yep.
What did you want to say, my friend?
Anyway, I don't know what to cut out and all that, but but I feel like something's got to be cut out of all of that.
Good.
just cut out from where we asked to cut out me.
Oh my god.
So anyway, I can't stop laughing. Hold on.
So as I was saying,
Emily.
4541,
4541 is a interesting team.
4,541.
We're a big team, but also
How many
else?
people are on your team?
Like
A
60.
lot.
60. That's the official number that business says.
we used to have 65, and we wanted to add 4 more people, and then 2 boys and 2 girls, so our ratio would be 69. Girls.
That was last
no.
year. Last year we had 69 members. And the ratio of boys to girls was 69% boys.
Yeah.
How do you guys keep all of these kids entertained?
I mean,
God,
are you not entertained?
A lot of jobs.
Lot of
sub-
A lot of meme energy.
We
That's
have a lot
fair.
of sub teams. We have
Well, the cool thing is how we like no one is not doing something. I think that's something the coaches stress.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
have to you're doing something on the team.
So we had 2 chassis teams. We had climber, intake, shooter, chassis. Wait, did I already say chassis?
You
Yeah.
said there's a chassis and test chassis team.
Yeah.
And then
so that was like 7.
there's the control panel.
There's
Yeah,
controls, there's software, there's hardware.
Yeah, software is why do we call it software and hardware? Other people say like electrical and like programming.
Yeah, it doesn't really make
Yeah,
sense
like
to me.
normal people, that's what those sub-teams are
Hey,
called.
software and hardware.
And then there's like business, and then the subset of business is
Graphics.
graphics, and then
Damn,
there's
y'all
scouting.
got hella
PR.
teams, bro.
That's
Yeah,
not it. We're not
and
done
then
yet.
if you're not on any of those, you're probably building for our test or what
Hey,
we
there's
call our
also
test
there's
field.
also logistics.
So
and then there's
logistics.
scouting.
Logistics is kind of a joke because it got canceled for like a year.
And then there's scouting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
And
scouting.
then there's safety.
Safety.
It's the last one.
Was that all?
Yeah, I think that's all.
I'm getting flashbacks to when we had R&D.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my goodness. Before my time.
Oh wait, so do each of those sub-teams have its own lead?
Yeah.
Yep.
God damn.
So there's a lead 1 and a lead 2, and then lead 1s and lead 2s are technically considered part of leadership. And then people in leadership or people with unique jobs like president or something would usually
Technically upper leadership.
yeah, they would just or like chief engineer
Like
would be in
Me, Lauren, our president, and Diane, our vice president. We're like the three that really talk to the coaches mainly.
We have a
And
mainly
then
female like leadership team.
but that's just how the voting worked out. And so yeah, that's just what we voted for. And then so that's what goes into any leadership meetings that we need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find that interesting. With some teams, like there's a lot of more female leadership roles. Like they're the ones to be the leader.
Yeah, I've heard a concern about that because I was talking to Tori earlier, and she was saying her aunt was like kind of twisting it the other way. She was worried about like if that was a disadvantage to like boys. It's like no, that's literally just how like the voting
It's
worked out.
just like it's completely not like biased or anything. That's just
Yeah, no, we have
who
we
stepped
have
up
votes.
and who.
We have votes every year. Like people are nominated, and then like
Yeah.
whoever they
Yeah,
think
that's
is
for
best.
those. That's for the the VP and president role. But other than that, you like have to
like my
interview
role,
the coaches.
like I was chosen by like the coaches. But yeah, VP and president
I was
are completely voted, and so there's not really any potential to be biased. You can like run, and like it's your choice to like run. Technically, someone nominates you, but
Like I was nominated.
you can just ask someone to nominate you.
yeah,
That's usually
Didn't
how it
like
works.
Seamus nominate me?
yeah.
I don't
Oh my
remember.
god.
Yeah, I like lead roles too are usually appointed by the coaches. So I talked to the coaches and I showed my interest, and they picked out the lead 1, lead 2 role.
Yeah.
So those lead roles, that's all on the mentors? Like that's all for
Pretty
them to choose?
much.
What?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
wait,
it's
no.
like-
So the leads of the subs teams, that was like me and Lauren were figuring that out. We figured out all the sub teams.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
like the sub teams, but who is a lead
Yeah,
is
but like
kind
the
of-
the president, as you guys said, or the
Like the
vice
lead of the
president.
sub teams. Is that what you're saying?
No,
Like,
the
if you
leads
are a
of the
lead.
team.
Oh, the lead.
the
Yeah.
leads of the team. Okay.
That's interesting. My team, we do a mixture of both mentors voting and also student voting. Which has to be
our
changed.
Team, we really are big on keeping it student led. Like our mentors don't really, they like help, like they guide us and give us tips, but they don't make any decisions for us.
Yeah.
Except for Dean's List, they do that. Like they help choose.
I sure hope so.
No, the mentors can't help choose. We vote that.
Dean's
That's
List?
Oh, Dean's shoot. I got them mixed up with something else. I got them mixed up with Woody. Yeah.
How
Dean's
my,
List
how
is
my team does
mentors.
teams list? It's so you get two nominations. One is nominated by the student leadership team, and one is nominated by the mentors.
That's interesting.
You know,
we,
so we
have the
the
coaches
coaches pick-
choose.
like 8 people, and then the mentors interview all of them and narrow it down to 2.
Damn. For Dean's List?
Yeah.
You get interviewed for Dean's List before
Yeah.
you
A
lot
actually
of team
become
members.
Dean's List?
We have
Yeah,
a lot of team members, so
well,
it's like
okay.
we have to figure it out.
I was interviewed this year, and they nominate 2 people out of that. I think we had 8, but one person. Yeah, we had 9, but one person dropped out because they didn't want to do. You have to answer a few questions, and
What
and
types
then you
of
go into that.
questions? What
Nominated,
types
I
of
chose.
questions?
I answered.
Questions based off of the description online for the award.
Mm.
And then obviously when the 2 went on, we interviewed on Zoom this year. So
When is chairman's announced?
I don't know. I'm kind of worried about that.
Same. I know they announced.
Is it
teams
gonna
list.
work? Is it gonna work the same way as like the people at a certain competition, or like I don't?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Mhm.
They'll announce it for specific competitions, but like they already announced Dean's List, right?
I
Like,
mean, yeah. They announced the semifinalists, but I don't think they've announced who like won one. I think they're gonna wait a few weeks to do that probably. But I know chairman's all they are basing their decision off of is the essay.
The essay, yeah.
they had a
But I
pretty
don't.
sexy essay though. Yeah, that's nice.
We put a lot of work into it. I made like a rubric for chairman's this year, and my English teacher was proud of me. And so I made the rubric based off of, again, the description online, and we evaluated our entry last year, and so we had a lot of like reviews, and we gave ourselves a grade. And
Didn't they fail?
Yeah. But we won last year, so only up from here, So we were very critical of ourselves, which is good. You're always improving, and so we did that, and I spent many hours in Starbucks with my earbuds in, like
Grinding.
taking notes on like
On the grind.
restructuring all of the topics, because we had a lot more outreach that we did pop up between last year and this year, like a lot more content to write about. So we had to rethink a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I think it turned out well.
I mean, yeah. Good luck, Rose.
We love
Thank
that.
you.
I don't know when they're going to announce it.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm kind of confused.
I don't think I'd be upset if we didn't.
I think
because like
right now the whole world is confused about a lot.
Yeah. Are we like up for chairman's at like events further than?
If we win, I think we'll be for like district champs, but I don't think district champs is happening.
Yeah, because I was wondering how that would work, because if we didn't win for like districts, but like theoretically if we were still playing, we could not win it and then win it because we'd be playing, but we're not playing. So I don't know if we'd be eligible right now.
Wait.
I have no idea.
So we could go to district champs off of lotteries.
Yeah.
Which we probably will. Considering like how many people are actually going to go to district
That's
champs.
in like August, right?
It's in June.
That's in June?
It's in early June.
Yeah. I
June sounds-
heard.
Oh, June stuff is like not happening, bro.
I
Yeah,
heard
I know.
I mean,
you
it's not gonna
guys,
happen.
all y'all's comps got rescheduled.
All of our comps, I mean,
Were
all of the
canceled.
SATs for June just got canceled, so I doubt anything's happening in June.
Do you think that off season is going to happen? The one in West Virginia?
I don't know.
There's one apparently. Oh, the
West
7th?
Virginia isn't that bad, but I mean, it's like not just a state by state thing.
Yeah, it's happening on like August 7th, and I really want to.
I don't see like really anything happening with Fergs until next year, like off-season events, unless if the off-season events are like
There's
November.
one already like trying to happen.
Yeah, but trying is way different than doing. And
That's why
well,
I know
actually.
people want to do off-season events, but I just don't think it's gonna.
Happen?
Yeah.
Well, I want it.
I
to
don't
so can
think
volunteer.
any big event I don't think is going to happen until like July at the earliest.
And I don't think off-season events are the same without like legitimate competition.
Well, it's in August, Hope.
No, but I'm saying like I'm
July
saying like
is
the district.
after
August. I'm saying like the district events like in June. Like I don't think there's
That's not
gonna be anything before in June.
No, I don't think there'll be anything really like at all. Like to be honest,
No.
I think coronavirus is just gonna take over the world for a very very long extended period of time. Like I think it will go down. Like the rate of people getting it will go down, but then once like September and August come around, it's gonna go right back up. That's what I think.
I'm definitely worried about transitioning back from, being quarantined because, I mean, I think Justin was telling me like in China when they lifted the
In
executive
Wuhan,
order,
they lifted it. Yeah.
Yeah, they lifted it, and then people were going nuts, like on top of each other, and that is absolutely not what you should do, because
I
that's how
don't-
you spread a disease again.
I don't think life is gonna go back to normal for at
No,
least
life is
Absolutely
a
not.
definitely
year.
Life is
It
gonna
can't-
change.
It has to go. It has to gradually.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
can't just lift the
college.
ban.
I don't think life's gonna go back to the way it was before coronavirus. I think there's gonna be like actual like changes to how society is.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of social changes. Like I don't like the day like let's just say a few months pass after the quarantine is lifted, or like a few weeks, and like even if you just cough in public, people are still gonna look at you. Like
Yeah,
there's gonna
I
still be
sniffle because
people
I have
wearing
allergies,
masks.
and
Yeah,
people
I
look at me.
asthma.
I got really bad allergies around this time of the year, and so I'm a little
Yeah.
happy that I'm not going outside as much. But like, I'd still rather go outside.
Yeah, I go outside for like at least a walk every day, and
That
I wear
redhead
my
cutie
mask,
on
of
your
course.
walk. Angela
Yeah.
goes outside to see that redhead cutie.
No,
Oh God.
no. This is not a topic of any substance. I go on a lot of walks, and your allergies. Your allergies act up when you go on a walk. They
Yeah.
always have, but I'm always like paranoid. Like you can like hear me like sniffling and stuff, and if I get near people, I have to like not sniffle because I know that will make them paranoid.
I know. I went to the grocery store like I don't know 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and I just coughed like like that. At least 15 people looked at me.
Oh my god! And
They were all wearing like their masks. They were wearing gloves. They were they
Yeah.
immediately took out hand sanitizer, put them on, started.
Well, Hogan just put out an order that you have to wear a mask at.
Larry Hogan is our governor for conduct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoagie.
Yeah. Hoagie.
So it's like
You
mandatory
have to
that you
wear-
guys have to wear a mask.
You have to wear masks
like to
at
go
grocery
shopping
stores.
or working.
But
If
like
you're going somewhere.
a mask won't help at all.
It's not so much helping the wearer; it helps like everyone they're around.
Yeah.
They don't cough on them.
It helps to not spread it if you have it or something to
Yeah.
spread,
So it's not necessarily helping you; you're helping everyone else around. So then, if everyone else is wearing a mask, you're also being helped.
Yeah. It's cool when I sometimes I drive and out the Asian supermarket just to get driving hours because I still have a learner's permit and I can't drive to school to get hours. Yeah, my driver's test and all of my drive times got canceled. So I drive an hour and an hour back to the Asian store because why not? And they are very sanitary. Because it's part of the culture. Everyone, gloves, masks, hand sanitizer. The woman at the counter was like telling my mom, behind the line, behind the line.
Jesus.
There was literal tape lines in like the checkouts.
Yeah, and there's like a plastic barrier between them and us.
Wait, really?
It's whack.
Yeah, they put them up.
Me and my sister only go to self checkouts.
Mm.
Why?
We don't. I don't know. We've only been out once.
Oh.
And we have no vegetables in our home.
I want to go out. Like I think I'm gonna probably like go to the park with one of my friends like within the next few days.
That's illegal.
It's not.
It's illegal here.
That's
Yeah, it is
illegal.
illegal.
I see at least 3 cops on my way to the Asian store.
The
Someone in
Asian
my
store.
neighborhood got the cops called on them because they were doing that thing where their cars were in a circle, so they were technically, like enough feet apart. But they got the cops called on them because you can only be out if it's essential travel.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess talking in a circle in a parking lot was not essential travel.
Dude, what's it called?
That's not.
It definitely isn't.
No.
That's illegal.
Shoot, I forget what I was about to say. Yeah, I
Everything
forget.
is
Never mind. Oh yeah, social distancing. Like that's gonna remain to be a thing for, I would say, at least
Probably.
a year to a year and a half.
I'm worried
Yeah.
that this is, how the flu became a seasonal thing?
Don't say that.
What?
I mean,
say so
I'm
right
just
now.
saying. I'm just saying. 2020, bro.
We had a influenza
Meatman
breakout,
has a
and
theory
now
that
it's a seasonal thing.
the second plague is like storms. You know how we went from like a
Guys.
tornado thing?
Oh yeah, we had
Now-
tornado warnings yesterday.
Here's the thing. My brother said
And
something
it's
about
snowing
it being
in
the
Michigan.
second coming. Here's the facts about a second coming: a war, a disease.
Mhm.
What's it called? Not mosquitoes. What are they called?
The crickets, the
No,
the
it's
locusts.
locust. There was that whole locust thing, like a couple weeks ago
Where?
in Africa.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of people from our school were posting about it because
The
they were like
bugs.
being super Jesus-y.
What's it called? I'm not gonna say I'm the prophet of the Lord, but I was talking to Caitlin about this.
I'm not gonna say I'm the prophet of the Lord, but it's
But-
a great way to start a sentence.
It was like March 30th or whatever, and I was like to everyone, "Yo, what's gonna be the April catastrophe thing?" And I spoke up and I was like, "The weather. The weather
Oh.
is gonna be what's effed up about it." And here we are, April what? 15th. I don't know when this is gonna be uploaded, but right now it is April 15th. We got what's it called? Chernobyl. So what the hell is happening in Chernobyl? That's
What is
happening.
happening?
The
What?
radiation sparked back up. There's
Did
like
you
a
see
wildfire.
volcano erupted in Indonesia?
Yeah, there's
What
a wildfire in Chernobyl which sparked up the radiation again.
Jesus.
Oh my
There's
god.
also Krakatoa exploded, a volcano in Indonesia.
Krakatoa.
Wait,
A
what?
couple days ago.
Was there?
I thought
Yeah. a
I think
volcano
Yellowstone's
erupted.
about to erupt.
Yellowstone's about to, which will wipe
Hmm.
all
Wait,
this out.
legitimately? You're kidding
Like they
me, right?
think it's like definitely coming soon.
Oh,
yeah.
Nova.
Oh my god.
It's been real, boys.
When you
Why do I need to do
May
any of my
is
schoolwork?
taking some notes, by the way.
I don't need to do any of my schoolwork. I don't, because I'm not going to be alive in a month. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Oh my god.
Really, Krakatoa really did erupt.
I don't have to pay for college then. That's good.
How many
You
times?
don't have to live.
What's it called?
Oh
Anyway,
my god.
did
You
you
know,
guys
I thought I was
see?
being positive.
Did you guys see that the first case of corona came from a dead body over the past few days?
Didn't you send me that?
Yeah,
What?
probably.
Probably.
Wait,
A-
explain.
A medical examiner or a doctor, they got corona from someone who passed from corona. And
Oh
he
my
was in
God.
contact with the body, so he got it. I guess he
Oh,
wasn't
gee.
being taking the right safety precautions,
Oh man.
but then
What
he
if he
got it.
kissed-
So
what if he
zombie
kissed the body?
apocalypse, bro. Zombie
What if he
apocalypse.
kissed the body?
He may
No,
have.
no.
He may have.
Tender kiss.
Worst case
Ew.
scenario.
Corona
Worst
case scenario. Um,
Is this the timeline got abandoned?
have you guys seen Supernatural?
No, don't
No.
spoil it.
Bro, you gotta watch it.
I know I need to watch it.
Amazing
It's
show.
on my list.
What
I
other
watched
shows
one-
are on y'all's
Right now, I'm
lists?
watching The
I
Walking
watched
Dead. It
one
felt
episode.
appropriate.
What episode are you on The Walking Dead? I love The Walking Dead.
I'm on. Oh wait, shoot. Let me find it. Where my tab that's open. I just finished season 5, episode 10. So I'm on episode 11.
What's happening?
Shoot. Who? Beth just died. So did
Oh, so did Tyrese.
Yeah, so
Do
does
you have to
Harry.
put a spoiler alert on this part?
I don't care. This was what 5 years
This was
ago when
years
this episode
ago.
came out.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
If
I
people
don't
are
watch
freaking
any
out,
shows,
if
so I
people
don't
if
know.
people are freaking out, freaking
Yeah.
Then you got the wrong thing
suck it
going.
up. Dude, I love The Walking Dead. It's an amazing show. It had a few rough seasons, like
Mhm.
from
That's what I've heard.
8 through like 9 or 7 through 9. But
Does it
like with
get
the
good
show,
again?
yeah, no. Right now, I
Okay.
think they're like season 10, the end of season 10.
Okay.
It is amazing. I
So
love it.
so tough it out through 8 and 9.
Tough it out. Hey, that's
Alright.
exactly what you should do with Supernatural.
Can we cut it out, but like keep in the part where we say, "Can you cut that out?"
Yeah, that's what I do. And then
And
it's
then just
funny
immediately
because
go on to the next topic.
sometimes I would add a bleep sound. So in the past podcast, when the people they were my close friends, so they know what team I'm on, and
Mhm.
whenever they would be trolls and they would say I'm on team whatever,
Mhm.
He's from
I would
Israel.
purposely
His name is Bernard.
I would purposely bleep it out.
That is true.
That is true.
Do you
Like,
want
you
me
know
to
me,
tell?
I need to know you.
Give it some time.
Cronus.
I need to know everything about you.
I mean,
Dude, there's someone in the Discord, I will not name names, but someone in the Discord that literally knows everything about me.
Like
Julia.
consensually?
Like,
Julia.
no, like
Definitely
literally
Julia.
everything. No, not Julia.
Zach.
No.
Oh.
That's getting cut out too. This whole
We're gonna make an
conversation is
edit.
getting cut out.
AJ.
AJ.
AJ wishes.
Who the fuck is it then? I literally have no idea who it could be.
Don't worry about it though.
Damien?
Don't worry about it.
No. I mean, Damien, he does know a lot of stuff about
Ryan?
it.
Ryan.
Bro.
Oh shoot, I got paint everywhere.
Who knows you?
Your mom.
Dakota?
I wish I knew more about Dakota, bro.
Dakota's a fucking character.
Yeah.
my God.
Dakota's
Keep
the one
this
that
in.
followed
I
me.
want him to hear this.
Dakota, listen to this.
Dakota, I miss you.
I don't know that many people on the server, but I do know that Caitlin gets some interesting Snapchats because I intercept them sometimes.
I just joined the server, but hello everyone.
Wait, what? What interesting time?
No, do you remember when Tristan and I just Snapchatted people on your phone?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Interesting Snapchats from who?
I think he's on Dakota's team, and was a little bit sexually not. So at an event I was doing field reset. The game was like using fuel. And so I got a Snapchat from him, and the Snapchat said, "Oh yeah, handle those balls." And then I went up there and I almost assaulted him.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's been blocked. I don't speak to him.
Robo
anymore.
Boys.
Robo Boys.
Take notes. Don't do this.
Take notes. Do not DM someone a year after you saw them at Owings Mills and thought they were pretty. You know who you are.
Oh. A year after?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Bleep out the name of the competition for that, please.
Yeah, I
Because
will. I will. This
keep the rest
this
of the
episode
name,
this episode is going to be called Robo Boys.
Just call it
so you
Bleep.
guys know.
Just
No,
This
it's gonna be called-
episode
it's
is
gonna be called Robo
completely
Boys.
censored. The
Call it
entire
Robo
episode
Boys.
is like 20 minutes of beep.
Just call it censorship or censorship Robo Boys edition.
Oh, that's
supposed to
going
know.
in. That's staying in.
Oh.
Yeah, and we have bathroom parties. But I feel like
Yeah.
the roles reversed this year because I feel like all the girls, since a lot of us have leadership roles, we
Yeah.
forgot to have bathroom parties,
The
and a
girls
lot
are
of the
not
guys
still
kept,
having bathroom parties.
all
the
of the
girls were
guys
more-
kept doing.
On my team,
girls-
we've had a few bathroom parties.
Our girls
Mhm.
were more
In real
mentally
life.
stable this season.
Yeah,
Because-
and sometimes the coaches would walk in because they're both female, and they'd be like, "What?"
Oh, both of the coaches have come in to me having a full-on breakdown.
Yeah. I've only
Wait,
been in the
wait,
men's
wait,
bathroom
on that,
once, and
2
that was
seconds,
because
2
I was
seconds.
chasing the lobster.
Miss Greenhill was very concerned for me.
Wait, guys, 2 seconds. The quote was, "He's not a woman respecter, but he separates vertebrae well."
Yeah.
No, but you remember the lobster, right?
Yes,
That I feel like that was a legitimate reason to go in the boys' bathroom.
that's true.
I don't even want to know. Anyway, we've been going for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Wait, this was 2 hours?
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Can you send us the uncut version?
I could try to, yeah.
What's the uncut version?
You
An
could-
hour?
You could text
Or the
me
cut
it,
version is like an
maybe.
hour.
Or
No, the
email me
the
it.
cut version will probably be like an hour and 45ish.
You have my email, so you can email me it.
Yeah, I could do that. All right. Well, anyway,
Follow 4541 on Instagram at 4541 Cavaliers, I think.
I might post. I don't know.
I need to
I was gonna ask if you guys wanted to say a few
I need to
final
sneeze.
things.
Follow
but-
me on Instagram.
No, follow our Twitter. Follow our
Oh,
Twitter. That's our meme account.
Yeah, that is our meme account.
I run the Twitter. It was dead, but then I revived it. Barely.
With a meme.
Final words, 4541 is a very memey team, but we do good stuff.
We love
Yes.
everybody in FRC.
Oh, we love
DM
everyone.
us. DM us and I will respond. I don't have the login to the Instagram.
I had the I was about to say our I was about to say our password, but I can't because it's our password, but it's funny.
Jesus.
Yeah, no. I will get the login. I'll get the login and I'll respond to your DMs personally.
Oh
I
my
can respond to your
lord.
DMs personally.
I want to respond.
No,
We'll
I
write
wanna.
it together. We'll each type like one word. You have to guess.
And
what
try to
the
make
word
a
is.
sentence.
Yeah.
No. You all type one word, but you try to make a sentence out of it.
You
Well,
can't
we're not
tell each
together, so you have to send each word
Yeah.
individually.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely how PR works,
other. Oh, 100%. I'm PR, right?
right?
There's a joke that I'm on PR because I have the most friends outside of the team.
My team lead, he calls me the team diplomat because of
Wait, can I please be
stuff
the
like this.
diplomat?
You have to wear like a fancy suit with like
I would
And
do
s-
that.
yeah,
Give
and
me
you have to have
excuse
like
wear a suit any day.
some very fancy like buttons on it, you know?
Oh yes.
And you have to walk with one arm like kind of curled in front of you, and very fancy. You need to grow out a mustache too.
Oh god. All right. Anyway, we should probably wrap this up.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
See ya.
It's been real.
Mhm. Anyway, thank you guys all for listening. That has been episode 6 of the First After Dark podcast. I would like to give a huge shout out to Team 4541 and the 3 lovely ladies who came here today and was on the podcast. Thank you guys all. But anyway, yeah, I mean that was episode 6. Hopefully y'all liked it. Hopefully y'all will come back for episode 7. I don't know when that's gonna ever come out, nor when this will come out. So yeah, anyway. I'll see you guys later. Peace.